Bella and Hannah from sales team together with me, and also with Romel and Mike. So you may have noticed that I will be presenting 3 of the key sessions, like the high availability, the finance solution, and the OM1000 training. So at the first glance, you may think that, so at the first glance, you may think about that this is not relevant. But in fact,
Hello, good
they
afternoon. Thanks again for your times today. So today, Tina is our marketing manager. She will introduce a solution with us around 30 to 40 minutes. And also we have our technical manager, Mike, and our technical support, Romel, join with us. So if you have any questions during share, we can discuss. Okay, so Tina, now you can go ahead.
Yeah, Bella, I think I already started, so I don't know why. So I introduce again. Just now I have talked about that I will presenting 3 of the sessions in this week. So maybe you think this is irrelevant, but in fact they are closely connected. Because why? When we're talking about the availability, right? The OM, the product, and the finance is all in the common foundation, is the availability. So we build on the
बात तो
core.
करा देगा उसको.
Sorry? What's wrong? Sorry, I'm not sure.
Sorry, Tina, you move ahead, please.
What's wrong?
You can go ahead. I already mute thing. Hello, everybody. Please mute your side when we do the training. Thanks for your cooperation.
So you can hear me, right? Everybody can hear me? Is anything wrong?
Yeah, no worries. You can go ahead.
Okay. So, sorry, I start again. So actually, today I'm happy to walk you through the topic of the high availability solution. Okay. Oh, sorry. So first part, nowadays the large enterprise have increasingly high demand for the system reliability. So that's why we should design this specifically for the critical projects to ensure the business continuity, right? For example, when we have the disaster recovery capabilities, especially when you are into a nature disaster such as the earthquakes, like the floods, like the typhoons. In these cases, a remote backup center can take over the options to minimize your business loss. Okay, so third one is the legal and the regulation requirements in the sectors like the banking, like the public security, and usually they have the 24 hours and 7 days interrupted service requirements. And also, additionally, in nowadays, the competitive nature of the business environment. So the better UC systems can represent the company's image. So think about the hotlines. If you have the customer support center, you have the hotlines. If everything is down, so it will impact the orders, it will impact the entire team will stand by, right? So what's the common threats will it affect the whole system and destroy that? Like I said, the natural disasters, this is uncontrollable that will destroy a data center. And the cyber attacks, such as the virus, the malicious intrusions, and hackers may scan your networks. And human sabotage. This is not common, like the personal deliberately disrupt your system. And the fourth is the technical failure. Technical failure is like the agent hardware, the system vulnerability, and maybe the failure of the networks. So how do we deal with the high availability solutions? We must comprehensively cover all the components, including the software, the hardware, the power supply, the network infrastructure. So everything to ensure that there is no single point of failure in the system. Okay, so how to address them to do the redundancy in design, the failover mechanism. So this is the whole picture that the New York availability solutions. If we talking about the side of the hardware, we have the power supplies, we have the dual network interface. But we talking about the deployment perspective, you can see in the pictures, we have the single center. In the single center, we have the virtual IP solutions, we have the active solutions, and also we have the closer solutions. I emphasize here because our Newlink can do the closer, but the OM series, it actually cannot do the closer solution, right? We usually recommend our OM1000 to use the virtual IP, and usually in the real case, the OM8000 is doing in the dual center. So in the remote center, like dual center, it means in the different cities. Or if you in the same city, at least you have the 60 kilometers apart with multi-site architectures. So this is our three categories: the local single center, the dual remote center, and the multi-remote centers. So actually, I don't know, in China, we have the larger deployment. We have the large companies like the 2 locations, 3 centers, or like the 3 locations, 5 centers. It commonly adopts a closer architecture, including at least 3 sets of the machines, right? So this is a in China situation, but I think the overseas, we have to do more time to do some larger deployment. So this is the whole picture. And I will start from the specific products because we offer a wide range of the solution built in the high availability. So including the core system, the peripheral devices, and also the application layer. So today I select a few of the common used products our users can interested in, like the 1000, 8000, and other components, right? Okay, so we start from the 1000. So the 1000, we are very familiar with that. We can support the 1000 to the 2000 extensions users and design with the simple and the high reliability architecture. So we usually primarily recommend you use it in a single site. We do not recommend it in the dual site. Actually, we can do in the dual site, but we do not recommend. So I'm sure you can remember in your mind. So in this OM1000, it has the 2 availability setup configurations. One is the single network port. In the single network port, you can consider we have 2 machines, but both machines was connected to the same switch using a single network port. So our virtual IP is used to present the 2 devices eternally as one. So when the active node handles operations while the standby node remains on standby. So when a failover occurs, the users will not notice. So another way is in the dual network port. Why we're talking about this? Because usually in China, also in the other countries, like I'm not sure, but our customer talked to us before, because you have the IMS network. This means the private network is separately from the enterprise network. So in these cases, if the carrier provide you a private network, you will have to do that way is the ETH2. The ETH2 is you can consider it as a redundant port, connect to the IMS and the carriers network. For example, the third parties carriers, the EH2 on situation, one is working, another one is not working, right? Because why? Because the IMS, because the carrier only gave you one IP address. So I hope you can understand my meaning. So the next one.